Through others, we become ourselves. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. You become the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. You may have heard these quotes at some point in your life. What they're all trying to say is that we as human beings are a product of our surroundings. And to succeed in life, you need people around you who will encourage you to be who you are and help you reach your goals. But there are also types of people who can end up doing the opposite, by acting as a drag on your momentum. Certain types can actually create roadblocks for you to overcome. Knowing which personalities you're hanging out with can help you figure out how to get past those barriers and eventually build wealth and achieve success. Here are the 9 most common types you should be mindful of. Number 1. The negative Nellies. There are those who will find any reason to complain, bemoan their lot in life and find reasons why things won't work out for you. While it's always good to have a little cynicism and be wary of the world around you, too much of this is a recipe for failure. If you find yourself in a circle of naysayers, constantly finding reasons not to try something, or pouring cold water on new and interesting opportunities, then this is not a positive environment for you to learn and grow. These types of friends can hold you back from succeeding by instilling a sense of doubt and fear in you, making it harder for you to take risks and move forward. Negative Nellies will tend to keep you from making positive changes in your life, such as going after a career or exploring a new business line. Ultimately, these types of friends can be toxic, and it's best to distance yourself from them. Number 2. The Impulsive Spender. Impulsive spenders often have a fast and loose relationship with money, and are often careless with their spending. This type of friend doesn't care about the consequences of their actions, and you will often find yourself pressured into making spending or purchasing decisions you later regret. The impulsive spender is a big obstacle in achieving personal success, as they can lead you down a path of debt and living beyond your means. This type of friend can also be a distraction, as they may encourage you to indulge in activities that you'd be better off avoiding. While it's a nice thing to have friends who enjoy a good time, it is also important to realize how much a good time can cost you. It may be fun to indulge in the moment now and again, but it's vital to set limits and make smart decisions when it comes to money. And this is something that can be hard to do if you're surrounded by too many impulsive spenders. Number 3. The Get-Rich-Quick Junkie. Get-rich-quick junkies will encourage you to make risky financial decisions, in the hope of gaining wealth quickly and easily. Whether it's through a can't-miss stock pick, a real estate scheme, or an opportunity to earn big money through minimal effort, the get-rich-quick junkie will urge you to bypass the old-fashioned way of working hard for your money, in favor of shortcutting their way to financial success. Having these types of friends around can lead you to develop a negative attitude towards work in the process of earning money. The hard truth is that shortcuts to wealth almost always end up being a bad deal for people who use them. It's not sexy, but the reality is that setting a plan and then working hard towards it is your best bet to financial independence, not constantly flitting from one project to another. Number 4. The Complacent Procrastinator. The Complacent Procrastinator will encourage you to put off working on your plan to get your finances in order. They'll tell you it's not a race, and that it's okay to put your planning on the back burner, especially since there is an endless list of distractions waiting for you, online and elsewhere. As much as it's important to be mindful of the fact that wealth building is a long-term game, it's not a good thing to be late to the starting line. It can be easy to fall into the trap of thinking you'll start putting away money next month, or whenever your current distraction, a vacation, a new phone, or an Instagram-worthy dinner, is paid off. But by constantly putting your financial future on hold, you're doing yourself a disservice. If you don't commit to saving and investing even a tiny bit of your income, then when retirement, or whatever goal you have in mind, gets closer, you'll have to either scale back your expectations, or work like crazy to catch up. Number 5. The Daydreamer. The Daydreamer is all about big ideas, but not so much the work it takes to make those ideas a reality. They'll be there to encourage you to follow your dreams, no matter how far out they might be. But will tend to be light on the practical aspects of how to achieve them. This can be a huge hindrance to getting your financial house in order. If you don't set realistic expectations for how much work it's going to take to get to where you want to be, then you'll never stick with a plan long enough to see it through. The daydreamer will often encourage you to get off the ground by taking massive action, without much thought as to whether that said action is actually directed towards achieving a realistic goal. They may share their fantasies about starting a business, without doing any research into the number of hours it takes to actually run the business, how much money it could potentially make, or how to cost-effectively market it. So be careful not to get so caught up in dreaming that you forget about reality. Number 6. The serial quitter. It can be a good thing to stop an activity and cut your losses if it becomes clear that it isn't working out. As the saying goes, you shouldn't throw good money after bad. But serial quitters take this to the extreme by bailing at the first sight of any kind of trouble. Whether you're working on a plan to pay off your debt or build an investment portfolio, the serial quitter will be there to remind you how boring and tedious that stuff is, and why you should just drop it. They'll happily join you in working towards a new goal, but have no interest in sticking around when the going gets tough. This is the person who pledges to work out more, but deletes the fitness app as soon as it becomes inconvenient. The same one who says they'll start a meal prep routine, but bails as soon as buying groceries takes more time than planned. Instead, strive to make it hard to quit by forcing yourself to stick with something past the point of boredom, and you'll learn to love the grind instead of hating life. Number 7. The Perpetual Victim. While everyone feels bad or up against it from time to time, the perpetual victim is that friend who feels like the universe has something against them. Whether it's a bad breakup, not landing that dream job, or getting sick, they view every negative event as some unholy disaster that couldn't be avoided. Of course, life happens, but the perpetual victim has a unique ability to absolve themselves of responsibility for everything that goes wrong around them. In truth, blaming others for every misfortune is counterproductive, and will just encourage a negative outlook. Ultimately, remember it's up to you to take control of your life. Avoid the helplessness of being a victim, and build a more independent, self-sufficient mindset instead. Number 8. The arrogant know-it-all. Sure, it's great to have a passion for something, and to want to share that with your friends. However, the arrogant know-it-all is someone who literally has a passion for showing how much they know. This comes across in the way they answer questions, shares their opinions, and tells stories. While this can be an annoying trait, the deeper problematic issue is this personality type believe that they know everything there is to know about a subject. This is always self-limiting, because you never want to stop learning. While it's great to pride yourself on strengths, it's problematic to think you already have everything figured out. The best way to get ahead in life is to ask more questions, and to have an open mind. Curiosity and the humility to want to improve and get better will go a long way towards achieving financial success. Number 9. The Gambler. This type of friend may not literally be a slots or a roulette addict, but who might instead tend to jump in and out of different investments, without any thought or plan. The gambler has no plan B, and is convinced that their last lucky investment will make them rich forever. They don't learn from their mistakes, and are okay with putting all of their money on a single risky bet or business venture. The lesson here is to ensure that your investments are balanced, and that you have a set plan for what you'll do if it all goes wrong. It's okay to build wealth gradually in smaller, steady increments, rather than constantly sinking money into that one hopeful moonshot. Check out these videos next, on the best tips and tricks to help you save more.